Parabola is the set of points in a plane that are equidistant from a fixed line and the fixed point. So that fixed line is called the directrix of the parabola. The parabola is turning towards right. This is an example of a right-handed parabola. For such case of parabola, we have the equation in the form of y square is equal to 4ax. When the axis of symmetry is along x-axis and the parabola opens to right if A is positive, left if A is negative. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all. This is your Shruti ma'am, Department of Mathematics. Today in this session we are going to learn about the second type of conic sections, that is parabola. So what do you mean by a parabola? So you can clearly see from the figure, here is a curve parabola. How do we get it? So parabola is a set of points whose distance from the fixed point is equal to the distance from the fixed line. So such type of curves are called as parabola. So parabola is the set of points in a plane that are equidistant from a fixed line and the fixed point. So that fixed line is called the directrix of the parabola and the fixed point is called the focus of a parabola. So you can clearly see, take any points on the parabola, the distance from the point as well as the line. If you take this, then the distance from this point and from the directrix will be same. So it is a collection of all those points which will satisfy this condition. So this curve is called as parabola. Now let us learn the standard equations of the parabola. So depending upon the axis, the parabola is subdivided into four types. Here is we are having the first one. There are four possible orientation of the parabola. So the first parabola is of this form. So here I have taken the x-axis and y-axis. So the intersection of x and y-axis is the center. And here we can see the focus of the parabola and the line directrix. Since here the parabola is turning towards right, this is an example of a right-handed parabola. For such case of parabola, we have the equation in the form of y square is equal to 4ax. Now how to define this focus directrix here? So here the focus is along the positive direction of x-axis. So therefore the focus is given by a, 0. Now if I divide this as a center, so if the focus lie on the positive side, obviously the directrix will be on the negative side because the distance here should be equal to this. This is also A, this is also A, but here focus lie on the positive direction whereas the directrix lies on the negative direction. Depending upon the focus and directrix, the direction of the parabola changes. So this is called as right-handed because it is open towards right side. So therefore this is right-handed parabola. And x-axis is called as axis of symmetry. So here the direction at which the parabola is opened on the axis, that axis will be considered as axis of symmetry. So therefore the focus is a, 0 and the equation of directrix will be x is equal to minus a. Now the second type is open towards the left side. So here you can clearly see the focus lie on the negative side of x-axis and directrix on the positive side. So since the distance is same, the equation of the directrix is x is equal to a, whereas the coordinates of focus is minus a, 0. So this is the left-handed parabola or parabola towards left side. So the standard equation of this type is y square is equal to minus 4ax. So here you can clearly see a will be always positive. A can never be negative because A is only the distance between the focus and the center and the directrix. So therefore, A is positive, plus or minus A indicates the direction whether it lies on the positive side or the negative side. So clearly you can see when it is positive plus 4ax, then it is towards right. And when you have minus 4ax, it is towards left. The next one is the upward parabola. Here the focus lie on the y-axis. So the axis on which the focus lie is called as axis of symmetry. So therefore, for this type of parabola, the axis of symmetry is y-axis. And The obviously directrix lies below the y-axis, lies below the x-axis on the negative direction of y. So therefore here y is equal to minus a is the equation of the directrix, and here the equation of the parabola is x square is equal to 4ay. Next we have the downward parabola or towards the downside. So here the focus is on the negative direction of y-axis and directrix is along the positive direction. Again the axis of symmetry is y, equation of directrix is y is equal to a and focus is 0, minus a. Any point on the y-axis will have 0, y value and the y value is minus a here. So therefore the focus is 0, minus a, and here the equation becomes x square is equal to minus 4ay. So clearly we can see in all these type of parabola, when the equation have negative side, it is obviously downwards or towards left. When the equations are positive, the curve or the parabola is towards the right or towards the up. And I am also telling about x and y axis as axis of symmetry. Why? Because you can clearly see here, if you divide the parabola, the half which we are getting here is the mirror image of the other half. So it is symmetrical curve. So it is exactly mirror image to each other. So that's why we call y as a symmetry and x-axis as symmetry or axis of symmetry. So characteristics of parabola. Parabola is symmetric with respect to the axis of the parabola. So whatever it may be x-axis or y-axis, it always forms a symmetrical curve. When the axis of symmetry is along x-axis and the parabola opens to right if a is positive, left if a is negative. So when we have x-axis as a parabola, equation will be positive. That means 4ax. When then it is right-sided, minus 4ax. That is negative, left-sided. When the axis of symmetry is along y-axis, so if the equation is positive, it is upward. And if equation is negative, it is downward. So the standard equations of the parabola will have one coordinate axis, vertex at origin, and thereby directrix which are parallel to each other with respect to the coordinate axis. Next we have a line segment called latus rectum. So what do you mean by this latus rectum? So a line which is perpendicular to the axis of the parabola. So here I have taken the axis of the parabola as x-axis and it is also perpendicular to the x-axis passing through focus. So a line segment perpendicular to the axis of the parabola and passing through the focus and touching the curve at two end points is nothing but the latus rectum. So the line segment perpendicular to the axis of the parabola through the focus whose end point lies on the parabola. So if I take a line like this is also passing through focus, this is also touching the parabola, but it is not perpendicular to the axis. So any line segment, for example here, if I take the same line segment, the ends of the line is not on the parabola, it is outside the parabola. So this cannot be a latus rectum. So therefore, a line segment which pass through the focus perpendicular to axis and end points on the parabola is called as latus rectum, and the length of the latus rectum is always 4 times the a. So this distance is 2a, this is also 2a, so therefore it is 4 times the a. So the next one we have, find the coordinates of the focus, axis of the parabola, the equation of the directrix and the length of the latus rectum. So first let's write focus, axis, directrix, length of latus rectum. I'll write it as LR and here I'll write equation of directrix. The equation is given as y square is equal to 8x. So it is positive. Y square is equal to 4ax form. So value of 4a is 8. So therefore a is equal to 2. So since the equation is positive, that is a is positive, y square is equal to 4ax is a right-handed parabola, which means focus on positive side, directrix on negative side, and axis of symmetry is x-axis. So focus will be of the form a comma 0. So therefore here it is 2 comma 0. Equation will be x is equal to minus a. So therefore here x is equal to minus 2. The length of the lattice rectum is same for all the 4 types of parabola, that is 4a, and 4a value is 8 here. That's all. Next one, y square is equal to minus 8x. So when we have negative with y square, then it is left-sided parabola. Focus on the negative side x-axis, directrix. So here it will be minus a comma 0. Equation will be x is equal to a. So now here this is in the standard form, y square is equal to minus 4ax. So 4a is equal to 8. I already told you never take a as negative. Don't take it as 4a is equal to minus 8. In the equation itself we have negative. So therefore it is just 4a is equal to 8 because a cannot be negative. So a is equal to 2. So now focus minus 2 comma 0. Equation of directrix is x is equal to 2. Next we have axis of symmetry. That means the focus passing through the axis. That means the line passing through the focus, which is the axis of symmetry, that is x-axis. And here length of lattice rectum is again 4a, and the value of 4a is 8. So therefore it is 8. Next one, x square is equal to 6y. So when the equation starts with x square, and if it is positive, then it is towards up. So which means focus on the positive side of y-axis, directrix on the negative side. Focus will be of the form 0 comma a, and here y is equal to minus a. So 4a is equal to 6, a is equal to 6 by 4, a is equal to 3 by 2. So focus is 0 comma 3 by 2. Equation of directrix will be y is equal to minus 3 by 2. Now axis of symmetry. So focus lie on y-axis. So therefore the axis of symmetry is y-axis. Length of lattice rectum is 4a. So therefore it is 6. Next one, x square is equal to minus 16y. So equation starts with x square and it is negative. So therefore it is downwards. Directrix along positive side, focus along the negative side. So which becomes 0 comma minus a, and here y is equal to a. So therefore the focus 4a is equal to 16, a is equal to 4. Focus is 0 comma minus 4. Equation of directrix, y is equal to 4. Axis of symmetry is y-axis, and length of lattice rectum is 4a, whose value is 16. So these are basically the 4 types of parabola. So depending upon whether the equation y square is positive or negative, or x square is positive or negative, we can decide the shape of the parabola along the direction also. Next we have find the equation of the parabola that satisfies the given condition. We are supposed to form the equation of a parabola. So we have 4 equations depending upon the direction. So let us see the conditions and then decide the equation of the parabola. Focus 2 comma 0. So obviously 2 comma 0 means positive side, direction will be like this. So a value is 2. So general equation is y square is equal to 4ax, and if you substitute a as 2, then the equation is y square is equal to 8x. Next question. 0 comma minus 3, directrix y is equal to 3. So 0 comma minus 3 means here. So that means focus is on negative sign, so it's a downwards parabola. So equation is x square is equal to minus 4ay. So value of a is given 3. Don't take it as minus 3 because since the coordinate itself is minus 3, a takes the value minus 3, but the distance is 3. So therefore a is equal to 3 here. So x square is equal to minus 4 3s are 12y. Next one, focus minus 2 comma 0, vertex 0. Obviously the vertex of the parabola is always at the center, 0 comma 0. We just need one condition, that is a. So minus 2 comma 0 means here the focus lies here and hence the direction is like this. So therefore value of a is 2, y square is equal to minus 4ax. So therefore y square is equal to minus 8x. Next one, vertex 0 comma 0 passing through 2 comma 3, axis along x axis. See, passing through 2 comma 3, axis is along x axis. When I say axis is along x axis, either it is the right-handed parabola or the left-handed parabola. But they have clearly said it is passing through 2 comma 3. So 2 comma 3 is a point on the first quadrant, somewhere here like this. So obviously when it is a left-handed parabola cannot pass through this point. Obviously our parabola is like this. Okay. So 2 comma 3 lies in first quadrant. So therefore equation is y square is equal to 4ax. Now since this is passing through 2 comma 3, I can put y as 3 which becomes 9. X as 2 which becomes 8a. So therefore a is equal to 9 by 8. Now if I take this as equation 1 and substitute it back in equation 1, I'll get this as y square is equal to 4 into 9 by 8x. So cancelling this we'll get 2y square is equal to 9x. So this is the required equation of the parabola. Next one, passes through 5 comma 2 and symmetric with respect to y axis. So if this is your y axis, we have two cases. Either it should be upward or downward. It is passing through 5 comma 2 means somewhere here, 5 comma 2 somewhere here. Obviously it should pass like this. That means it should be upward parabola. So the equation should take the form x square is equal to 4ay. So since the curve is passing through 5 comma 2, we take x as 5, 25, 4, a, 2. So 25 is equal to 8a, or a is equal to 25 by 8. So if we consider this as equation 1, put value of a there, then this becomes x square 4, 25 by 8 y. So we'll get the equation as 2x square minus 25y is equal to 0. So if we shift 25y, so or else we can also keep it in this form, that is 2x square is equal to 25y. So all these represents the same equation of the same parabola. So in today's session we have learnt about the characteristics and the properties of parabola. We have also learnt to form the equation of a parabola under different conditions. I'll meet you in the next session. Until then, keep watching, keep learning and keep exploring. Thank you.